Edison is the biggest multi-platform demo party in Sweden, and it takes place once per year in Stockholm. If you have no idea what a demo party is, then let me show you what it's all about. The Demoscene is a computer subculture about producing demos. Demos are essentially audiovisual presentations showing off programming skills, art, and music. A demo party is simply a gathering of people who want to produce demos and watch other demos. And this is a pretty odd subculture, even among geeks. Normal geeks geek out about anime or comic books or retro games. People here geek out about plasma renderers and hardware blitters and old chiptunes. If you don't know what a blitter is, I don't blame you. Few people these days do. And you might not know what a raster interrupt is either, or ham mode, or a 64K intro. I'm not gonna bore you with too many of those details, but I am gonna show you a lot of cool things from this demo party. Computer geeks have always made demos in one way or another. In the 1950s, people started making screen hacks that looked similar to screensavers later on. But the real start to the demo scene was in the 1980s, when cracking groups wanted to show off their skills. They cracked games and removed software protection, and they left small messages and presentations that got more and more intricate over time. These presentations evolved from some simple text messages and colorful graphics into quite impressive artistic, musical, and programming feats. The idea was to combine technical skill with excellent art and sound, and to produce something better than all the other groups. Cracking became less interesting for many people, and the main focus was on producing these demos. And that demo scene is actually still alive today. What do you like best about the demo scene?
I think it's the creativity and the people, actually. I mean, we got old dudes, we got medium dudes like myself, we got young, and I'm saying dudes, I mean people. We got young people coming here as well, and they look at all this cool stuff being created, and they also want to participate. Maybe they want to do it the first year, but maybe the next year they have enough encouragement to do it.
What do you think is best about the demo scene?
The community and all the creative people that are here.
So what do you think is worst about the demo scene?
The worst part? Oh, I'm so old now, so it's the noise.
What do you like best about the demo scene?
I like going and seeing people create music and graphic and demos. And I like the creative process, and everyone then get together and watch and have fun. My background is in music, so I have submitted a couple of times music entries, and I submitted one in the streaming compo. So yeah, that's I do that as hobbies now. I'm a developer at work, musician at night.
Music has always been one of the most important parts of the demo scene. If you know what a chiptune is, then you've probably heard some demo music before. And if you don't know what a chiptune is, then you've probably heard music that's inspired by it, or by the composers in the demo scene anyway. Let's see if I can show you some good examples here. think is best about the demo scene?
How it makes people be creative within restrictions. Because, a lot of development nowadays is like just bigger, better computers. And I like going back to having restrictions, because restrictions feeds innovation in a way. And that's what I really like about it.
The most impressive demos these days can be found on PCs. A PC can produce amazing graphics and sound, and the possibilities are endless. But some people want a bigger challenge. Self-imposed limits are a big thing of demo competitions, making a demo that's only 64 kilobytes big, for example, or even 4 kilobytes. To be that small, there's a lot of procedural generation and other technical wizardry going on. But there are other ways to impose limits, making demos for old hardware, for example. There are still many demos being produced for old computers like Atari ST and even the Apple II. But at least in my view, the most important old machines are the C64 and the Amiga. The Amiga was a technical powerhouse back in 1990. The Amiga 500 had a 7 MHz CPU, but also a lot of co-processors. The Copper and the Blitter were two of the most famous ones, and with them you could create a lot of impressive effects. Colorful copper bars, for example, or changing the palette to create gradients. And with the Blitter you could draw lots of sprites on screen, or even create simple 3D graphics. That sounds like trivial things these days, but back in 1990 this was big. And let's not forget the Commodore 64. With its 16-color palette and 8 hardware sprites, it sounds like the Commodore 64 was quite limited. And it was. But people found lots of tricks they could pull off on that little machine. Flexible line distance, sprite multiplexing, FLI, opening the side borders. All of those look pretty simple these days, but back in the 80s they were really cool. And even today you find people creating new demo effects for machines that are more than 30 years old. You might think that a demo scene is filled with quite strange people, and it is, but it's also filled with extremely driven and skilled people. The demo coders and artists and musicians from the 80s and the 90s moved on to become game developers and professors and famous in other ways. And every now and then they still gather at demo parties to experiment with new and old computers and to create new exciting demos. But most importantly, I think they gather to have fun. And that's about it for this very quick look at Edison 2023 and the demo scene. I hope you found it interesting. Like and subscribe, and also make sure you check out this video for even more geeky topics.